In this video, I'm going to review real quick about the Joypad Operation. This is the left joystick, up and down is throttle, left and right is the yaw. We're spinning it. The right joystick, this is the pitch control, which is the forward and reverse, if you want to call it that, and then the roll is for the tilt. Okay. This upper button is the enable throttle switch. The kill position cuts the throttle to 0, and the enable allows you to have control of it. And then there's the upper right switch, allows the full range of the pitch and the roll joystick, or if you put it in the lower position, it severely limits how much you can move that joystick up and down. Okay, so get started how to control with it. As it starts up, we're going to hit the control button. I'm sorry, the button number 1 as it boots to put us into the configuration mode. I'll have to redo the focus on this, but this is for joystick control. The 4 buttons on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, correspond to these buttons over at the bottom of the screen, which is the go back button, the return button, like enter, up the menu and down the menu for those buttons. So for this one, it's going to do the joystick configuration, which you have to do every time you turn this on. Hit the button number 2, enter, and it goes to joystick configuration. You notice they're empty, and this was one of the things I had problems with when I first started, when the joysticks potentiometers weren't working. So anyway, to keep it rolling, take the joystick, move to the south position, you can see it identifies that value of the pot. Now if I move it up to the top, that circle lights gets drawn. If I go left, draws that circle, and go right, draws that one. And you can sit here and you can rotate it as well. And when it fills up with all the circles at the end, that means that it has read the values of the joysticks, and you can move on. Now we have to do the other joystick, so I'll just do a left, up, or twist it around. And this is whenever the instructions show this picture. I wasn't getting that the first time. So if you don't get this picture, then you've got problems with your joysticks. So then I hit the button number 2 for enter, and it takes us back. So that's kind of neat. So I'm going to go backward, and then the rest of it, you can do the protocol configuration. I haven't had to see that really be adjusted. You just check it the first time and hit enter. Okay. It says mode, so I'm going to hit that enter. And it says Quattro, which means it's for the quadcopter. So that's okay. So I hit enter and go back. And it also is a quadcopter channel. I kind of skipped past that. So let's go to that one and just check it. It should be channel 11. And I push the enter key and it is channel 11. So we just go back. And that's the setup. And then I'll push this button here to go down the menu. And I think this is pretty cool. And so there we go. Now we can see the screen up there. It shows the left battery being discharged and the right battery being charged. There's only one battery in here, so it's the right one, so it's fully charged. There is a display here that says minus 127 dB. That is this radio strength signal coming from the quadcopter. The quadcopter's not turned on, so it's going to have a big number like minus 127. Whenever we turn the quadcopter on, you'll see it jump up to like a minus 30, minus 40, and that's how you know you're communicating. You can also touch the little buttons here and see them move. And in this mode, they're not really doing anything. We're getting ready to fly. Okay, so now we have to do the pairing. The pairing, you have to have the throttle kill switch down and the right hand switch up. Okay, you get that all set up, and then you turn on the quadcopter. There we go. Okay, the blue light's flashing. So once it starts flashing regularly, we take this bottom pot and just kind of rotate it back and forth like this. And what we're waiting for is that light to go blue, solid. Is blue solid? That means it's connected. So that means we can operate the quadcopter from the Joypad. Really pretty cool. I noticed here on the display that the battery has changed. Display has changed, so maybe that was actually the helicopter battery, quadcopter battery we're seeing. You can see the display, it says quad channel 11, which is good, and the signal strength is at minus 45. I'll have to take pictures of this so you can see them. But it looks like we're ready to fly. So what I'll do here is I will disable. Whoa! And it did fly. The throttle switch wasn't turned on, wasn't set to 0 when I flicked that switch. So that was kind of neat. So we do know we can fly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the low resolution button on that and unkill the throttle again and just have a little bit of a control on it, just so it's just barely starting. Whoop. And look, it fell off the table. Just to mention another feature of this Joypad software, there is a switch, push button switch on the right hand side joystick. If you press down on it, you saw the unlock. If I press down again, it's the lock. So you can lock and unlock the Joypad. And I'm not sure which one this was. If it's locking, or if it unlocked. It says unlock. Okay. So if things aren't working for you, you can also try the lock unlock for operation. So while I'm still sitting here, I was going to do a little experiment. I've turned the throttle just enough so that we get some spin. Okay, I would just barely get some spin. I really don't want to lift it off like I just did, because there's too many obstacles in here and I don't have good control. So I'm going to notice if I take the pitch and move it forward, I would expect the black ones, the black propellers, to kind of move faster. And look at that, and then the ones in the front slow down, so that's going to pitch it forward. And then if I pull the joystick backward, it slows down the black ones, and the orange ones take off, so that the forward is actually putting more thrust on. So it's going to be tilting backwards. Okay. And then if I do a little bit of yaw, kind of hard, you can kind of see one side does more than the other and it wants to twist. Okay, so that's our practice round for operation with the keypad, the Joypad.